Let's see next one. This one. This is actually from 11 days ago. What the heck? New one だよ。新しいやつだ。This is actually from 11 days ago.
Okay, remember Carmen Sandiego? Yeah, I used to actually play all.
He haven't changed. Oh my goodness. He haven't changed. He looks same. Wait, he looks same だよ。待って、全然あれじゃん。昔のビデオとさ、変わんなくない？ Oh my gosh, he's Dio. Dio だ。He's Dio だよ。Yeah, he still looks really young. Oh my gosh, he's Dio.
All those old PC games, and I watched the TV show and all that. Well, the world's most legendary thief is back in a brand new video game out now. Rookie gumshoes and seasoned detectives are invited to put their sleuthing skills to the test. Play as the world's greatest thief, Carmen Sandiego, for the first time in franchise history, and dive headfirst into a world of globe-trotting espionage as you work to outwit Vile's smartest operations. Carmen Sandiego wouldn't be a legendary thief without her gadgets. Crack safes, swing from building to building with her grappling hook, and find clues in the dark using night vision and thermal imaging goggles to stop Vile's scheme.
Yeah,
Travel around the world searching for clues and deciphering clues as you tackle a variety of mini-games in your search for Vile. Use the evidence you collect to uncover Vile operations. Is their hair black? Do they like seafood? What color are their eyes? Use your detective skills to narrow down the suspects, issue an arrest warrant for the culprit, and find them before they escape. Carmen Sandiego is available now for PC and console. Use my link in the description below to get your copy now. When it comes to retro games, sometimes the memories that stick out the most are not actually about the games themselves, but the commercials that would air on TV. Now, in the past, I've made many references to these commercials.
Hey, you still don't own a Sega CD?
Get the power, Nintendo power.
But it's about time we actually sit down and take a look at some of these commercials, because back then, I tell you, the airwaves were like the fucking Wild West. I mean, video game companies would do anything to advertise their product. They might do something weird, or something funny, just something creepy.
Wish I could see it.
Well, let's take a look at some of the most memorable commercials from that crazy pastime.
Okay.
First up, all those Atari commercials. I'm actually old enough to remember some of these. And here's that famous jingle.
Atari.
Yeah. Have you played Atari today? Have you? No? Well then, have you eaten breakfast? Have you gotten any exercise? Got any fresh air? Well, fuck all that. If you haven't played Atari today, then what are you doing with your life? Come on.
Okay, sir, I'll play Atari.
The fun is back. Oh, yes, siree. It's the 2600 from Atari.
Hell yeah, the fun is back. Where did the fun go in the first place? Who knows? Who cares?
Now, isn't that nice? The fun is back. Oh, yes, siree. It's the 2600.
Wait, is it Atari? Is it like before Famicom? Like NES? え、Atari っていうのはさ、ファミコンの前なの? Is it before Famicom? Yes, it is. Ah, okay, got it.
This little jingle left such an impression on me that whenever anybody says, "Isn't that nice?" I always have to fight the urge to finish it with, "Oh yes, siree, it's the 2600 from Atari." You got to get that Atari.
Atari.
Yeah, and then people look at me like, "Yeah, I'm old." But the Vanguard commercial is pure gold. You have these nerdy kids sitting around playing the game, but then, what happens when you can't beat the final boss? Well, hand the controller to some meat-headed bozo.
Yeah! But fellas, who destroys the Gond?
Luther destroys the Gond.
What? Luther, man. You don't fuck with Luther. What's the guy's deal? So either this dumb Hulk is the only guy who's skilled enough to beat the game, or has he bullied those kids into making them hand over the controller anytime they get to the end?
What?
Then there's this ad for Pitfall.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry, surrounded by
Wait, who
giant
is that?
scorpions.
Is that who I think it is?
Who?
Is that is, isn't it? It's Jack Black.
Jack
I'm
Black?
asking, is that Jack Black? It must be. It has to be him. Before he was Bowser.
The only person I know who names Black Jack is from comic. ブラックジャックえ、あれじゃないの先生じゃないのねえ。ブラックジャックえ、ブラックジャックって先生じゃないのねえ。Yeah, isn't it Black Jack? Who's a doctor? Has no doctor license, but like treating people, like healing people? The Jack Black? I don't know who is a Jack Black. It's a famous comedian? Wonderful だよ。俳優さんなんだ。
Before he was trekking through the jungles of Jumanji, he
Black
was
Jack
hyping up
was
the
知らなかった。
pixelated perils of Pitfall.
He's a Minecraft
Everybody
Steve?
knows Super Mario Brothers, but
Wow.
what about plain-ass regular Mario Brothers?
Mario Brothers, new from Atari.
Is that a crap scissor?
Plain-ass regular Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers.
なんで Why? 待って。なんで紙の手 Wait a minute. Why?
Brothers, new from Atari.
Well, in this ad for the Atari 5200, we see what must be one of the first live-action portrayals of the Mario Brothers. Well, at least Luigi appears here.
Mario, where are you?
That's Luigi!
Yeah, that was the catchphrase, I guess.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
long before...
Wait a minute. But he's now wearing green. 緑じゃねえじゃん I thought he's the Mario. What the heck だよ
You.
Yeah, that was the catchphrase, I guess. Yeah, long before Let's Go, it was Mario, where are you?
Mario!
Oh, shut up, Luigi, motherfucker. Now, at the time, as a kid, I never thought that video games would ever advance beyond this. I mean, you move a joystick and stuff happens on the TV. That's crazy. How could it get any better than that? Well, then came Nintendo. No longer was it just about getting the high score, now you had full-fledged adventures like Zelda. Best way to sell it was with two kids rapping in front of the TV.
It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad.
Who the hell does that?
Oh my gosh, wait, that's a commercial for The Legend of Zelda? I know the Japanese commercial because I watched on YouTube. You want to see it? あれだよね、YouTube で見たよ。ゼルダの伝説の、あれ。ゼルダの伝説。なんか、it was something like a ゼルダの伝説が出る like that. It was song. Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, that one was pretty cool too, I guess. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is actually different, according to JP Bros. This is for like a Super NES, I guess? Yeah, I know this one! I saw on the YouTube! I like it, actually.
ゼルダの伝説出るついに出るゴージャス今度の冒険リアル君もすぐに体験憎いでやんすね昆虫ショー高画質の謎解きアクション戸惑うことなくのめり込もうもちのろんスーパーファミコン
スーパーファミコン
真剣勝負今宵もゼルダは最高潮スーパーファミコンゼルダの伝説ついに出る
Yeah, that's the one.
Imagine if you invited your friend over to play a game and you just started rapping.
With your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah.
The other Japanese one was kind of rapping too, I guess.
Well, nothing said it better than Nintendo Power. It was like a doped up MTV acid fest.
Power.
But that magazine was loaded with so much power, it made the planet Earth explode. I'm backing that up. The planet Earth explodes. Damn. That magazine conjured up the apocalypse. Now, speaking of power, there was the Power Glove. Now, everybody knows the Power Glove was a piece of shit, but from the commercial, you would never know. Now, I'm not talking about that famous scene in The Wizard, which was like an advertisement in itself.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
No, I mean the actual TV commercial. This was one of those times when they knew what they were doing.
He said that?
They made the Power Glove look awesome. Maybe it is awesome if you have a giant screen in a futuristic science fiction room.
Ooh. Alright, that looks so cool.
They hyped it up in the most
Power
masterful,
Glove.
deceitful way. You could
Wait, that
film a
looks so
turd
cool.
in an epic cinematic way and make it look like something you want. Well, they did a good job. You gotta hand it to them with the fucking glove on. But here's an example of a good commercial.
It was the 90s. Bad could mean cool back then. But it was actually just bad.
Oh, so it's got like a back then slang, I guess.
For a
Ah,
good
thank you.
product.
Batman, the video game.
Was a perfect movie tie-in, a rare example when it was done right.
For the Nintendo Entertainment System.
This commercial plays just like a movie trailer, and it is badass.
Let the battle begin.
And I love how Batman picks up his own game.
Yoink.
But perhaps the greatest game teaser that I remember was one that didn't even need to show any clips from the game.
Mario! Mario!
All
Mario!
we had was a bunch of kids chanting Mario,
Oh,
and then we zoom back
oh.
to see the entire Earth, and all those kids make up the face of Mario.
Ooh, okay, that looks so cool.
Wow. Mario 3 is coming.
Ooh.
What a statement.
That
But
looks
this
so
isn't just
cool.
a game. This is a global phenomenon. One I'll never forget is that kid with the shrunken head who's playing Dr. Mario with the witch doctor.
Huh?
I called the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, chang, chang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
That means play Dr. Mario on Game Boy.
That song is so catchy. I hadn't even heard it again till now, and it's already infiltrated my brain all over again.
I beat the witch doctor, and this is what he said. He said, ooh, ee.
This commercial is insane.
It's Mario!
And then he struck my head.
And that final line just nails it. And then he shrunk my head. I feel like as a kid, I just wanted to say that out of context all the time. Like, hey, Ma, I'm going outside to go roller skating at the cul-de-sac with Zach and Cody and Shannon. I'll be right back before dinner, okay? And then he shrunk my head.
No problemo.
Then in this series of commercials, there's this totally radical duo showing off the game Genie.
Game over? No way.
They're like a poor man's version of Wayne and Garth and Bill and Ted all rolled into one.
Excellent! This is Game Genie! Funkaloo! The awesome video game!
Oh my gosh, this is kind of reminds me like a stranger. Not that kid. Guys, it's that one from Netflix. Was it Stranger Things? Stranger Thing? Is that the name? It reminds me of that one because I think their time is like around this. Stranger Things! Stranger Things. Yeah, that one. I think their time is like around this one, right? It really reminds me of that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same era, right? Oh my goodness, wow.
Game enhancer for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Why are they so hopped up? You know, I don't think this
Yes,
is about the
Student
game
Justice.
Genie. I think they got their hands on something else. Yeah, that Genie gave him a wish, all right. Came in a puff of smoke. Dude, it gets you fucked up, man.
Whoa!
And tell me, why does the TV always have to explode?
Yeah!
Man, there's so much danger in these commercials. Like, you better watch out. These games are so hot, they might destroy your whole fucking house. And if you didn't think the 80s and 90s were that insane, well, ask anyone who's been whisked away to a fiery chasm to play Game Boy against a robot warrior.
Ooh.
Yeah, that shit happened all the time. Totally normal.
Use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo.
Game Boy だよ.
I loved the Super Mario Land commercial, which put Mario into all those black and white movies like Earth vs. the Flying Saucers and The Mummy. But the one that probably stuck out the most to me was the sequel with Wario.
Be me, Wario. I am your master.
When this commercial was on the air, you would probably see it like 10 times a day.
Really?
I think I actually felt hypnotized.
Obey Wario.
Obey Wario.
I can never get that voice out of my head. Obey Wario.
Wario.
When the Sega Genesis dropped, it was like a whole new world. With their cocky, shit-talking ads, trashing Nintendo, it became clear the 16-bit era would be much more competitive.
Oh.
All it took was a catchy hook and some celebrity shots, and it made it feel like the hottest shit. As a kid, I was susceptible enough to think that Michael Jackson was actually endorsing the Sega Genesis.
Wait, it's not?
Nintendo answered with their next console, the Super Nintendo. The marketing wasn't as snarky as Sega's, and typically didn't even address Sega. Instead, they just showed off an impressive library of games.
No, it's not. Really?
Wait a minute, is that Paul Rudd? Yeah, it's Paul Rudd! Man, we had no idea that kid was gonna go places. He's gonna be in Halloween 6. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the Super Nintendo is a much more advanced machine than the Genesis, but that didn't matter. The misinformation campaign was in full swing, and all Sega had to say was, well, guess what? Genesis has blast processing. It didn't matter that it was just a gimmick. Kids believed it, and Sega rubbed it in your face. They actually made you feel bad for not owning a Genesis.
And what if you don't have blast processing?
That's a Super Mario!
And when it was clear they were actually losing...
Wait a minute, so they were beefing each other just like that? Bachi bachi ya, Sega to Nintendo. What? Just like McDonald's versus Burger King. 今のマックとバーガーキングじゃん。Yeah, it's like just like a McDonald's and Burger King. What?
Losing, they went into life support mode by making add-ons like the Sega CD.
Wow!
You still don't have a Sega CD? Huh? What are you waiting for, Nintendo to make one?
What's the guy's problem? He makes it sound like you're a total loser for not owning a Sega CD. I mean, what the fuck, man? Just get a Sega CD already, asshole. And Nintendo, I mean, their idea of getting back at Sega was to do shit like this.
Huge Yoshi tricks, all served up with the latest graphic technology.
The fuck?
Super Mario World 2, only on the Super Henya.
What does a guy stuffing his face and exploding have to do with Yoshi's Island?
Oh my gosh, yes, right? What the fuck? How the heck that's not gonna make me want to play that game? What the heck, だよ? What the heck? Now, after seeing that commercial, all the kids gonna go, my gosh, I gotta play that game like that? What? I don't know. Ew.
Nothing. Nothing at all. But all hell broke loose when Mortal Kombat came to the home consoles. The kid stands out on the streets, arms raised, and screams Mortal Kombat like his life depends on it.
Mortal Kombat!
It's more than just a scream. It's a call to action, and the streets soon flooded with other kids who heard the call. No longer would the game be confined to the arcades where it was guarded by the quarter hogs. Now, we were taking it back on this day of our Lord, Mortal Monday. That scream was a call of freedom, a call that incited a riot over a video game? The Japanese commercials were even crazier, man. For Zelda Link to the Past, they pulled out all the stops with an elaborate dance and rap.
This is the one we just watched it!
They weren't fucking around. This was the equivalent of a full-scale Broadway production. And seeing a live-action depiction of Ganon is a real treat. Yeah, I can't lie. I wish we had these commercials, because it's pretty awesome. Yeah, all the Famicom Japanese commercials were the ones I wish I could have seen back then.
Ooh, wait, that's
and this
a Japanese
is probably the
commercial
closest
too?
you'll ever see to a live-action version of Street Fighter 2.
Oh, wow. That's a Japanese commercial too?
Nowadays, you've seen enough cosplays and
かっこいい。
fan films and all that, so it's not very surprising. But back then, seeing these characters in the flesh and blood was pretty mind-blowing.
That looks so
The following
cool.
generation gave us a new wave of whacked-out commercials. Some of the craziest came from the 3DO. The kid is so taken back by its awesomeness that he gets utterly destroyed.
Oh! Cool. What the fuck?
I mean, can you think of many ads that shows a kid's head rolling across the floor? And with the 3DO being a new contender in the console arena, they did not hold back at insulting both Nintendo and Sega.
The passive type probably plays Nintendo.
You're working late tonight.
Shit-talking was nothing new, but to see actual abuse being done to the consoles was something else.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system,
Jeez!
what are you playing with?
Yeah, fuck those kids' toys. 3DO is the real deal.
Wow!
Then the Atari Jaguar came along, and since it had nothing to brag about, they
Damn
hyped
it.
up Doom, which you could play on literally any other console. But they took it to biblical proportions, with a priest delivering a fiery sermon.
Yeah! Rip is here, Dayo!
How do you escape?
Imagine going to church and the priest is ranting about Doom. That would be my kind of church. One of the better Atari Jaguar games was Alien vs. Predator, and it also happens to be one of the scariest commercials.
You might not want to play it alone.
Ha, look at the kid's face. Give him some glasses and he looks like you-know-who. What the fuck? Oh, there's nothing like it. The alien is brushing him with his dead mom's arm.
That's a dead mom!
That is messed up.
Oh my gosh.
On that note, here's an ad for the FM Towns computer in Japan.
That's a computer? Huh?
What's going on here? What? Why is there a creepy face? It's like you blink and you almost miss it.
What?
I would pause it, but I don't even want to pause it.
Is it a witch?
What the fuck, man? Why? Just why?
What?
It's safe to
Why?
say they don't make them like they used to. This retro period was an isolated time when commercials were off the wall and batshit insane. But afterwards, nothing weird ever happened. I would say by the time they got to PS3, they wouldn't do anything like that, would they?
Hey, you gotta explain that. I wasn't even born that time, so I have no idea. You can't ask me, Dayo. I have no idea what was going on. I wasn't even in this world. What the frick is this? If somebody tell me this is a commercial for the new Death Stranding, like 2 or something, I will believe it. I will believe it. If someone tell me this is a commercial for the Death Stranding 2, I will believe it, Dale. Play Beyond.
What the fuck?
What the heck was that? That was so scary. 怖すぎでしょ。怖っ。めっちゃ怖いんだけど。Holy crap, that was so scary. 怖っ、マジで。いろんなコマーシャルあるんだね。There's so many commercials.